What it is, what it do. It's episode number 115 of the Puro Caballero Show.
You know the fucking vibes.
You know the vibe. You know what it is.
You know what it is.
Joe Biden.
Oh, but Joe Biden. Yeah, oh my God, that video's hilarious. It's your boy, Mario Caballero, a.k.a. Puro Caballero. I'm here with another guest. I'm very glad to have him. This man is very hilarious. You see him performing all over LA, all over the US. He's traveling. You see
Facts.
him all over. We're just talking about plans for the future just before this podcast. Let's give it up for the one, the only Ernesto Ledezma. How you doing, dude?
I'm clapping myself right now. Yeah, that's right. It is him. It is Timothy.
It is Timothy.
What's up, you guys? I'm so excited to be here, man. Like I haven't been on the show, but we're pretty much neighbors. I live pretty much the city over.
I know, yeah.
Like
Right
a
here.
short drive.
Right here. It's all in the neighborhood. Tell the folks how you been and where they can find you and all that stuff.
I've been pretty good, man. You know, like you said, I just been doing out here doing stand up. I just did the Burbank Comedy Festival last night, so been out here working. You guys can all find me on Instagram, ernestoledesma.comedy. Or you guys can go on YouTube or Google me, Ernesto Ledezma with a Z.
There it is. Ledezma. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Does anybody call you like anything else besides Ernesto, like Ern or Ernie, or does that
Some
piss
people
you off?
call me
or-
Ern. When I was growing up,
Okay.
Ernie. Also growing up, my name was Nono.
Okay.
Or yeah, Ernie, Nono, and Nesto. Some people call me Nesto.
Have you done the TikTok? Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
Oh, I see. I see.
You should do that. We should do one of those.
Nobody has called me that since maybe like elementary school. That was like
that's a throwback then.
Yeah, super throwback. Also Ernie. Anybody that calls me Ernie, I'm like, oh, you knew me in middle school or something, you know?
Yeah, it's like certain eras of your life. People know you by certain names.
Yeah, but like since I got into stand up, it's been like Ernesto. I wanted to go Don Ernesto, but you know what I mean?
You gotta wait. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta do 20 years of
Yeah,
comedy. before
but you
start
know, I
asking me.
definitely know that's coming. I'm gonna be like, you know, when Diddy took off P, I'm gonna add shit to it.
Okay.
I'm
all
at
right,
Don.
All right.
You know, but
Dude, my grandpa, they used to refer him as Don Javier. I was like, that's baller
Yeah.
shit, dog. Like, I gotta get there.
Are you
Yeah.
one-
like,
before-
whatever you do in life, it has to be that level, you know?
before I did stand up, I used to know this I used to be roommates with this one guy and his grandpa, everyone used to call him manager. El manager, hey, el manager. And he cuz he used to manage apartments like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even know more, but el manager, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember one time we were over at his house. This is when we were in high school and shit. I slept over at his house and we had made a mess because we were cooking food and we left it. We passed out and in the morning we woke up and there was like a message like managers leave.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, attention, please clean your dishes. This is not a pigsty. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh my god, dude, he is a manager.
El manager.
El manager.
That's hilarious. Oh man. So shit, man. Let's just go back to I guess start talking with comedy right now. Bro, I just saw the Tim Dillon special. Did you see that recently? I think
I
that just
haven't
dropped.
seen it. I haven't seen it yet, but I've
seen
seen him
any?
live and he fucking crushes. I saw him at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I feel like seeing him live was like probably better than the special. I don't know. Like part of it seemed like I don't know. Like the
Just
crowd, I don't know.
There's no air. There's no air in the room. Like you know how like some people tell jokes and then like haha, and then the crowd, the laughter dies down and then they hit another joke. He just keeps hitting them and everyone's just there's no like lull.
No, he doesn't have any like fucking ups and downs.
Yeah.
It's like fucking constant.
It
like-
was. I saw at the Laugh Factory him, Trevor Wallace did the same thing. I was like, oh my god, this guy is fucking good.
Trevor's hilarious too.
Yeah, he's
I
a
think
fast paced comic.
he needs to get, I think, respect for like how good of a stand up he is. Cause like
Yeah.
initially, like when I had like when I first started doing stand up, like maybe like was a year in or something like that. A friend of mine was like, "Oh, he's doing a show at a bar over here with another friend of mine." I was like, "All right, I'll go check him out." But
You
I
were like,
didn't kind of have expectations. Like, all right, if he kind of does whatever, then I'm not gonna be like surprised.
Yeah.
And he like blew me away. I was like, oh shit, this fool's fucking funny as fuck.
Yeah.
So I had like way more respect for him after I saw that.
Same. After
So-
I saw him live, I was
Yeah.
like, oh my, he's better than me. He's a
Yeah.
million miles
I
ahead
know.
of me.
Yeah, definitely at that point for sure. Now too. Oh shit. Shout out Trevor.
I was talking to some of the comics the other day how it feels like every time, speaking of always feeling like someone's a mile, 100 miles away
Mhm.
from you, where we feel like, oh man, once I get this is gonna be sick. You know what I mean? I get this and then I'm really gonna be fucking going. But then you get there and it's like, damn, it's just the same shit.
Yeah,
You know?
there's always something else. To
But
kinda fucking go.
every other month you have like a new goal and you're just fucking obsessed with it, and then
Yeah.
you reach it and you're like, fuck, what's the next thing?
Right.
We're just all chasing like a thing that's not even real. Like it's,
chasing ghosts out here.
yeah,
right?
dude, like nobody, like think about it, nobody's like forcing us to go do stand up, and
Mhm.
sometimes we go in the red doing stand up, you know, like we go in our
many
own
ti-
pocket.
Many times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Yeah.
damn, like you really gotta fucking love this shit to be crazy about it like that.
For the people who are really popping, at least like year to couple years though you're fucking in the red to even before you start seeing shit for most people. But
Definitely.
like,
I'm starting to see
yeah.
somebody now, and it's like it's really nice, you know, but it's
Yeah.
I'm still like teacher money,
Yeah.
so I'm not like killing it amazingly, but
right.
but I'm like, wow, money, you know, or like they'll send you a check and it's
man.
like, wow, like an adult, thank you, because I remember doing comedy at first, and they'll pay you, and I don't know what it is about bookers or producers, but they pay you like a drug deal.
yeah.
Like they don't want anybody to see that they're giving you money. Like, hey, what's up? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
no, it's always the shadiest shit. Or like, hey, like I'll give you tomorrow once the check clears or some
yeah,
shit. You're like, what
yeah.
the
I
fuck?
had a motherfucker be like, oh, I'm paying everybody out, and then be like, yo, you got what do you say? Yo, you got Cash App? And I was like, nah, and he's like, ah. And that was it. Like that fool didn't pay me.
Damn,
Like, you know what I mean?
Damn. It's rough out here. There's some shady, shisty motherfuckers, bro. There's fucking. Oh man. Oh man. What did they say? Tribe Called Quest, like industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, man.
That's what
Janky promoters, bro.
we were
Always
laughing
janky
about like, oh dude, did you get fucked in the system? Are you getting screwed in comedy? Welcome to the
promoters. Welcome to the club. Yeah. Right.
yeah, because sometimes I'll be telling people like, dude, like
Uh,
I was telling this dude about like how like because this agent I work with takes a percentage, and he was like, why would you let him think? And I'm like, dude, I know I'm being fucked, but a lot of these people wish they were getting fucked. You know what I mean? Like it's still the way I see it is like this agent gets work for you, and I don't have those connections. I wasn't gonna get any of that money anyways, or that stage time. So you want some money for the connections and for booking it for me? Like for sure, dude, you deserve that. You know?
Right. They serve a purpose.
Yeah.
For you in your career, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, the way Richard broke it down to me, he was like Richard Villa, that's one of my mentors. I go on the road with him sometimes, and he helps me ride and stuff like that.
Very hilarious.
Yeah,
yeah.
very funny guy. You guys look him up. But he told me the way he explained it to me, he was like, "Look, do you want to be a booker or do you want to be a comedian?" I was like, "Obviously, I want to be a comedian." He was like, "So the less amount of time you can spend booking, the more amount of time you could spend doing comedy. So that's better, right?" And I was like, "That's true. That's true. I'm all in." You know?
Oh shit. Yeah, to each their own. There's different paths in how people do that shit.
Definitely.
Speaking of somebody who's got a show that I'm booking for next week, the next couple weeks. Oh shit. Yeah, dude, I'm about to do a year at Thai Angel Bar coming up.
Yeah, that's a cool spot too.
In a couple years. Should be a fun show. We're having a show next Tuesday. I gotta mention that.
I'm
too.
on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The homie Ernesto. Come on by. You'll see him do.
Yeah, if you guys want to
solid
catch
set.
me, do a little set over here at Thai Angel, pull up. LA, have a drink, say what's up. You know what I mean? I'll sign a titty, whatever.
eat some wings, get some pad thai. You know,
Eat some wings, eat your ass. I don't know, whatever.
grab a leg and a thigh.
I'm ready to go. That was funny. The other day, one of my friends was like, "Yo, what do you want to do today?" I'm like, "Whatever." And he was like, "What does that mean?" I was like, "What?" I'm like, literally, whatever. We can go to the park or we can go to an orgy. It's whatever.
Damn, you put that far out. Oh shit.
I mean, I'm just saying, let's do something. I'm not gonna
wow.
be going back and forth like, what do you want to do? Dude, let's just do something.
Go to the mall. You can do something. Go to see a movie. Let's go do something.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
I got ADD. If we don't decide within the first 15 minutes, I'm not doing it.
Very direct. Oh shit. Well, fucking A. So wait, where'd you start doing comedy at?
I started doing comedy, I think, back in like 2016 or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or yeah, maybe 2017, out in the Inland Empire, because I grew up here in Los Angeles, but I had moved down there for high school, and so I was about 23 when I started,
Okay.
and living in San Bernardino, and there was no scene. They only had mics in Covina and Riverside,
Mm-hmm.
so you could do two spots maybe.
2 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember they would have this list with 16 numbers on it for people to sign up, and we could never fill it up, you know. And
yeah.
so I kind of started doing comedy down there, and I did it for like a year and a half, and I was like, I think I'm funny, you know what I mean? And I still wasn't, but then I was like, I'm gonna move back to where I grew up, so I moved back here to LA, and then all the comedy clubs are here, but then I was still too scared to even go to the comedy clubs because I thought I was like, well, I'm funnier than that guy, but I'm not funny enough to be at a club, you know?
Yeah.
So I did a bunch of open mics, and I used to do this thing where I would on my social media account like a streak where I'm like, I've done comedy for 72 days straight, and I got like 90 sets in or something.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
sometimes people would really like fuck with that, you know, and that'd be like all inspired and stuff. So some people would have shows, and they'd be like, "Oh, I saw your thing, bro. Do you got a show for tomorrow?" I'm like, "I don't." They'd be like, "Dude, get a spot on my show. That way you don't break your streak." And I'm like, "All right." So
Damn.
people
Okay.
that's how That's how
Okay.
originally people kind of found out about me. Like,
Okay.
the friends that I had on social media because of
Mhm.
that. Because I didn't have a lot of friends before stand up, so most of the people I have on social media
Or through that.
are
Yeah.
all through doing stand up.
I got you. Be doing some Joe DiMaggio shit.
I'm
As
just
a-
out
as a
of here
rookie.
trying to figure it out,
I'm
dude.
trying to do it. I did some similar shit though. I used to count all my open mics that I do, and I'd put it on my story, so I'd keep myself accountable and stuff like that
Yeah.
too. And like when I first started, so like I did it first time I think like 2018. It was like May,
Mhm.
beginning of May, and I went up like a few times for the rest of the year, maybe like 15, 20 at the most. And then the start of the next year, I was like, all right, maybe I should just try to like put some effort into
What
this.
made you want to start stand up though?
It was a weird roundabout start. I was doing this podcast before.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So like I had done like broadcasting, sports broadcasting in college
Oh,
before.
sick. That's really
So-
cool.
And I had like a love for that for a minute, and then that kind of like came and went. And so I was just working different corporate jobs and just like trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
one time you sent us a picture of you in like a
Oh,
corporate
dude,
gig.
yeah.
And this motherfucker had like hair, and he was like, yeah. He had
Oh.
one of those blue shirt, light blue button up, and he was like, and there was a picture of a kid on his desk for some reason, like he had a family and shit. But I think it was like his fucking coworker's baby or something.
Yeah, it was something. Yeah,
It
they
just really
put it up
looked
there.
like
it was
like
some
this
real.
motherfucker was a manager at a firm, and he had 3 kids to go home to. That's what it looked like in that picture.
I really did though. Looking back at that, I was like, "Wow!" I didn't send it. Somebody else grabbed it from my page because I didn't delete it.
And they put it in the group chat, and then every couple, almost like once or twice a year, people post
It comes
it.
a roast session
Yeah.
out of nowhere. I'm like,
People
what the
repost
fuck,
it.
bro. I'm like, man, fuck you, Moncayo. God damn it, fucking asshole. Oh shit.
Yeah, man, that's how I met all those guys, and all my friends are comics. Like you guys are all
Yeah.
my friends. Like and even you guys, like
shit.
like I'm a recluse, so you guys don't see me a lot. Like, and then I'll pop
Yeah.
up, and it's like, what's up, and then we vibe, you know.
That's how it is though. You see people you won't see them for months, then you see them at like a show or like what's happening?
Yeah.
What's good? Shit like that.
I love it.
It's like the same. I told people it's like the same rotating cast of like 200 people, like faces that you see, and like some people come in and out of that number, but like
Pretty much.
it's like
And
for certain,
close by,
for this scene at least, you
it's
know.
funny how like you'll go to Vegas and it's like the same faces too, and then sometimes you'll be down here and you'll see them,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
same thing in Arizona. Like,
Yeah, I've
we
done
saw-
that. I've seen people like in other states, Washington, Arizona, like you said.
Yeah, like when we went over there, and we went to that show, and we're like, "Oh, we know people. What's up?" And they fucking let people on and everything. It was great. It's a small network, but everybody's pretty connected.
Yeah, that's what makes it kind of cool. Like it's crazy too because I'll put people on who are like from out of town or like not necessarily haven't been in LA long enough or long, and they'll like people will reach out to them because they'll know they'll be in LA and they'll tell like, hey, say what's up to Mario. He might get you on his show.
Oh hell
And
yeah,
so
that's
like
how it works.
I end up getting a lot of people that way. But then like vice versa, if I'm in like if I'm in Louisiana, if I need to go to New York, if I need to go to like the Midwest or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, kind of like hit it on the boomerang, it helps you on the other side too. So
I like that it's very connected like that, where everybody knows each other, because I'm like one of those guys where I just tell everybody like, dude, be chill to everybody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, connect with as many people,
Mhm.
like support as many people, and all that stuff, because like it's so connected. If you're a piece of shit, it's gonna get around. Doesn't matter how hard you're trying to hide it. You know what I mean? Like, people
Yeah.
are gonna find out, and they're gonna know in other states. They're gonna know in other scenes. Like, you're not gonna get away from it, really. And vice versa. If you're a great guy and if you fucking help people out, and people know that you support and you're genuinely a fan of this art, and you support this art form, then that gets around too, and people love that. People want to be around people that motivate and support them.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Appreciate the compliment. No, I'm playing.
You guys do. I support all you guys, and you
Okay.
guys all support me every time.
Nah, that's stupid. Humble brag. The most egotistical, like, oh yeah, thank you, bro. No, can't take compliments. That's so true though. Like what you put out in the universe, a lot of time it comes back. And like I see that shit with the scene. You see people who like sometimes they try to hide certain part of themselves, but they'll let it out in other scenes, and you'll be see it and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? And like,
Yeah.
and then it manifests itself in different ways. So like I have like a mental list of like people that I know that are kind of like that like maybe they haven't wronged me, but I know that like they're. I'm
Oh,
not
I know it's
necessarily-
coming.
Exactly. So I'm like, I need to.
You
Prepare.
only haven't wrong because I haven't let you,
Yeah,
or something. You know.
Yeah, or I just haven't been in that position. So
Yeah.
it's weird. It's weird. Comedy's like a weird thing too, because you'll see people like have like certain spurts where they're popping, and then they like kind of like fizzle out for a little bit, or they like
Yeah,
tail
because
off. It's like a,
dude, because
you
I
know.
mean, you can't stay at the top. Nobody stays at the top forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody. I think there's enough room for everybody to get their moment to shine.
Mm.
And then that's when it comes into play. Like, you were nice. You know what I mean? And because you're gonna see the same people that you saw on the way up, on the way down.
I was literally about to mention that shit because I heard a couple comics like recently mention that on some podcasts. I think it was Bill Burr was mentioning that too recently. It was just like, I was like, yeah, the legend. I'm like, anytime he says some shit, I'm like, it's got to be true.
It's true,
and it feels good because if you have like an inkling for that initially, you're like, all right, he's just rubber stamped what I already felt. So I'm like, all right, I already know I'm on the right way to get there. So
yeah, like I learned that through my mentor Richard. Because he was huge in Mexico, and he still is. But there was a moment where they kind of tried to cancel him. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then the pandemic hit, and then like work stopped, and then so now everybody was mad at him, and he wasn't getting worked, and he felt like, what the fuck? But there were still people that really fucked with him because they knew they were like, yeah, this is some bullshit,
right.
But and he just stayed positive and stuff, and you look at him now, he's still touring his new hour, he's still doing everything, like they couldn't stop him because he's a good guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of like BS that goes on behind the scenes with like the way people's career ends up playing out and the way that like the audience sees. They're like there's shit that dictates that people don't even like realize.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this dude like burned an agent or something, or this guy had like a bad run-in with like a club owner, so now he doesn't get booked with this whole like like the improvs or something. You know what I mean? Like there's shit like that actually happens.
Well, yeah, because then
what
because then some comic that you were a dick to when you guys were doing open mics is now the door guy at the club you're trying to get into. So it's like,
yeah.
if they make sure you have a harder time to get in, for sure, I assume.
Right, exactly. It's crazy. I feel like it's a lot better now than it used to be, though. I feel like a lot of people understand. Yeah. I feel like it was a lot more heated and competitive maybe like 15, 20 years ago than it is now. Or at least the last 5 to 10 years at least.
Yeah, I got a little like glimpse of it when I was coming out, especially like moving from the IE over to the LA.
Mm-hmm.
It was like weird. it was also like people like still people come up, oh, you live in Riverside or you live in wherever the fuck, and I'm like, I live in LA. I grew up in LA.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm more native than you. You're from fucking Boston. You know what I mean?
I'm more
Like,
native than you.
you know what I'm saying? But
Uh,
it is what it is. Like people would, and then just because they thought that I'm from out there, they're like, he sucks or something. So I felt like I really had to prove myself up here, and now I feel good like walking around now. Everybody like is nicer. Everybody helps each other out. Like it definitely used to, 'cause they used to have like a Google Doc. I don't know if I'm gonna get canceled by comedians for saying that. They used to have a Google Doc, and then with a bunch of who books everything, how to contact them, on what day,
mm,
and they used to all pass it around to each other, but a lot of people didn't get it. You know what I mean?
gotcha.
So it was
Okay.
very clicky like that. And then when I got it, I started kind of like, yo, I'm trying to see the thing, but don't tell them because you know what I mean? Because I was actually a
Yeah.
little scared too, like, oh, they're
Yeah.
gonna not want to give me shows.
Mm.
But then it turned like at the end of the day, fuck it, it doesn't matter. There's enough room for everybody, and I start sharing everything, and then luckily like people were in the same mind space, or like so they started. Everyone's doing it, it's a whole different vibe. It's way nicer. Everybody wants to help each other. Everybody definitely puts each other on,
Mm.
and I think we all just want to see stand up in as many places as possible. Like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. 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 I'm on the same page with a lot of that shit because I'm just it's like why it's not like a what is it called a zero sum game where there's only a X amount of spots available. I think it felt like that probably when there was only like TV and like the sitcom and that kind of stuff available, the people will really blow up. But nowadays you could just do this
yeah.
and do your comedy, and then you can just make a more than
That's probably why
tremendous
people are
career.
chill, huh? Because they're just like, I don't need anybody, and I already have 1 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah,
you know,
a little bit of
that's how
that.
people feel. Like,
Yeah, it's like you don't your what you create your kingdom doesn't infringe on other people's kingdoms. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's not like you're limited in resources that way.
and then you guys
So
could collab and shit. Only make it each other stronger. That's the cool shit.
exactly,
That's how
exactly.
I feel. I'm like all of our friends, like our little group. I feel like if one of us from the group makes it, then it's like cool because then everybody gets residual making it. You know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly, exactly. Everybody has can benefit from it in one way or the or
Yeah.
maybe has the potential to. I'd
Yeah,
say
it definitely.
it's a two-way street too. You can't just expect everything to fall in your lap. You got to put yourself out there too and do your work
I
on
learned that
their end.
also as
So
well, where that's very true. Is like we all can have the same opportunities, and some people are still not gonna get where they want to go just because of it's what you do with your opportunity.
right, right. It's like a two-way street. It's like what do they say? Luck is um, patience plus preparation. I
They're
think
gonna
it,
say pepperoni. I was
yeah,
like, I agree.
that too.
But yeah,
Give me that pizza.
definitely. That's what
Oh
I'm trying to
shit.
work on. Patience. That's what
Yeah.
I like. I had made this post about
I
it
don't think that's
earlier.
the right thing, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. I
I'm
got
like, I feel like I want everything in the moment. Like I want it now, but I also don't want to miss any steps.
right, 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 right. I think what is it? Success is equals luck plus preparation. I don't know math.
Luck
Look
plus
it.
preparations equals success. I think I've heard that.
I think that's it.
I
Yeah,
think that's a bumper
I
sticker.
think that's the one. Yeah, I've seen it on a couple T-shirts
Yeah.
before. you know?
And a
Some
t-shirt
board,
never
some
lied to me.
a boardroom motivational slogan like they
Definitely.
been in a lot of corporate jobs.
There's like a cat hanging on a wire.
Yeah, one of those hang in there.
Yeah.
The
And
little
it
kid.
says luck plus patience equals success or
There's a
something.
lot of aunties who had that hanging from their desks.
It's very motivational. One time I went into this headliners. I was at his house and I went into his bathroom and he had a bunch of those.
Yeah.
And I was like taking a shit, like really inspired.
Like I'm gonna do something else to get off this John.
And
I'm gonna
this
blow up this toilet and then I'm gonna blow up in comedy like it's happening. You feel me?
You know the fucking vibes.
We'll leave it in. Oh shit. That's hilarious.
I've been having a real fun time too,
Mm.
like just doing shit on the road and stuff, and like seeing like an increase in like like it'll be like 100 people, like 200, 3, 6, 1,000. It's like, and then I always go back to like a bar to go do shows at the end of the
Yeah.
day, anyways. So it's always fun and shit. That's like the reward of doing comedy so much is when you get to do a club. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so easy you can't not do
Right.
it.
Right. They're there wanting to laugh.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's cheating.
yeah, it is. It is though. When you're used to playing like these like divey bars and like different like weird venues,
Yeah.
and these back rooms and side out like alleys, streets and backyards and all these random things. And it's like a struggle to like win over attention of people, let alone get them to laugh.
Yeah.
And then once you get them there, then it's like you fucking you I don't know. It's like you ran up a hill with a weight vest, and then so like when you get to the club, it's like you take that weight vest off, and now you're running downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's like way easier.
And at the club, you're not gonna do like crowd work. Not not like a big theater or like a theater. You're not gonna do crowd work. You're just doing your act.
Typically, yeah. Depending, I guess, on the style of the comic or
That's
how
true.
they,
yeah.
how
But
they
that's
do
how
it.
I feel. Like if it's like 300 or 400 people, I'm like, I'm gonna just stick to my shit.
Yeah, there's a certain etiquette to it when you get to like, especially if you're like a featuring or opening for like somebody else on their show.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen people fuck around and like you're the opener or the host. Why? Or the host can like freestyle it. I feel like because they're just up there and they got to go back and forth. But if they're like you're the
You're
opener and you got
opener?
like a 5 to 7 minute set, I'm like,
Kill it.
yeah, I've seen you do good jokes
What are you
before. It's like, what are you
doing?
doing? Yeah, I've seen people where I'm like, what are you doing? Bring them.
Nah, but that's how I felt.
So-
Like I just did that festival.
Yeah.
So I was at the smaller room, and it was like some 5-minute show that I was doing. So it should have been just me doing some hot shit.
Yeah.
Instead, like I went up there and I got this dude had a weird face, dude. He had a weird and I couldn't like he had a weird face, and in the back we have in the green room we had a TV, and we can see the comic on stage in the front row, and I could see he had a bald spot. And then so when I went on stage, I'm doing boom boom. Here's 2 jokes, and I look at his face, and I'm like, this fucking guy. You know what I mean? Like people kind of
like, I already know you.
yeah, people kind of start laughing, and I'm like, "What's up?" And I dab him up, and I'm like, "Yo, I don't know if you could tell, but you're balding." You know what I mean? I don't know if you know that, but just heads up. And then all of a sudden, they gave me the light because it was already 5 minutes, because that's how fast
Yeah.
time is. And I was like, "Oh fuck, I just fucked around," And I didn't even close hard, so I was like, "Damn." And then I had the show yesterday, so yesterday's I knocked it out. It was pretty short set too, so I was like, let me make up for it, and I just knocked it out of the park. But I got too arrogant. You know what I mean? It happens.
It happens. It happens though. You lose track of time, and like you get into that rhythm if you're doing a certain amount of time. You shorten that, and you're like, what the fuck?
Definitely, I've been doing a lot of half hours, and then they're like, do this 5 minute, and I was like, hey, what's up, guy? Oh shit, that was it.
Exactly. You can't let shit breathe. You can't stretch it or nothing. You got to just hit them with stuff. Yeah, it's its own art form. There's some people where you give them more time and they drown in it, and there's other people where you give them more time and they like flourish. You know what I mean? They're out there doing backstrokes and shit. You're like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Definitely.
Some people, it's like fuck. Like some people, they tell you get that 5 minutes like hella tight and like make that shit as like crisp and good as possible, and then everything off of that is gravy. And there's other people who are like, nah, man, just fucking do you.
Just
Like,
vibe.
yeah, just
Just
fucking
vibe.
vibe, bro. If you're a fucking artist, dude,
Just
fucking
fucking be an artist, bro. When
Just
I
fucking
got up,
feel it.
I got up. They threw me up at the Laugh Factory one time. They gave me this pop in, and the manager was like, "You have 5 minutes," and I was like, "Yeah." He was like a hot 5. I'm like, "Yeah." Like I was like almost offended. I was like, "What are you talking about, dude? Of course." And I went up there, and they were like, "All right, then you want to do another 15?" And I was like, "All right, obviously." Like, but I was like, I remember like that. It almost like I was like, oh, I wonder if he felt that where I was like offended, But I think that guy got fired, but not because he put me up, but just for other reasons.
Some other associated. That's hilarious. But yeah, anyway, I got canned. One way or the other, we're getting to the same spot. Oh, that's hilarious.
But I'm in, baby.
15 minutes. What up? Oh man, but you gotta like fake it till you make it. You gotta have that confidence.
Dude, I was at the Laugh Factory the other day, and for chocolate sundaes, and Donnell came in, and
oh, killer.
yeah, and then so I never record, right? When over there, I'll take like a fucking like a video and post music over it and put it on my story if that.
Yeah.
But he was coming up and it was his intro, right? And they had this song and he was just fucking vibing. And I'm like, this is hilarious. So I took a quick maybe 15-second clip of it, and then like the next day I posted it on Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, and that shit was just, it was hype, so people were fucking liking it like crazy, and it was getting all these views. And so then he hit me up like, hey, just let people pay for the experience, dog. And I was like, oh, my bad, OG. I'm sorry, dog. Hey, please, man. You know what I mean?
He's like, cease and desist, young one.
And he was like, a little handshake stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then and it really I was like, it ruined my day almost. I was like, fuck.
Damn,
like that
yeah.
Donnell had to check me real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was like, oh, he's cool. He was cool about it,
I remember you posted about that. I was like, oh, he was fucking killing it.
Yeah. Yeah, so sometimes the streets have to check you, you know what I mean? Sometimes they get too crazy, but you know what I mean?
Oh,
at least I'm getting I'm in the mix.
In the zeitgeist, baby. What up, Donnell?
Nah, my bad, bro. I'm so sorry. I got excited, bro. But also, I seen you had a
killer intro.
I seen you, Mario. I seen you had a
Like still talking about Donnell. Right?
I know, that's what I was like. I seen that you had a B on here, and you were like, "Hey, I heard about the Sybian," and I was like, "Oh." I was like, you leave B alone. She's a saint. She's a saint.
I didn't know. I love B. Yeah, she's amazing.
I thought you were gonna do some Howard Stern, like we can bring in the Sybian.
No, I wasn't gonna do
God.
No, man, this is not that kind of show out here. I'm getting fucking taken off of Twitch.
B, shawty, you don't gotta do this.
You ain't gotta do it. Oh shit! No.
But I've been seeing your clips. It's been lit, bro.
Shout out to the Instagram Reels, man.
They make shit happen, bro.
I put one out with Ryan, bro. It's got over like 15,000. Like, yeah. Radicinovich.
Oh shit! I was like, it makes sense. Radicinovich,
the second best looking Ryan in all.
Oh, dude, that guy works so hard. Could we fucking because we just give a shout out to Ryan Radicinovich. That guy produces shows like a motherfucker. He's on the road constantly.
He's out of the country right now. He's in London right now.
Doing what? Doing what? Being Serbian out there in London.
I think he's like a spy, low-key.
I felt that before. I'm like, this motherfucker is 47. And he's Russian, first of all. I don't know, but you know what I mean?
He has this Serbian front.
I've done a couple of questionable things with him, so I'm like, nah. It's like, I'm like, if this motherfucker was undercover, he's getting fired.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
maybe he's that deep, you don't know. Now you start thinking, shit. Nah, shout out to Ryan.
Got so lit thinking, oh, I'm the undercover.
And he's so deep, you like think you're the.
Yeah, but I love that guy, man. That guy works really hard.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, he had a clip. I just clipped out a small little 8-second one, and it just and I was just like, oh shit, I've never seen it pop like that. So that was dope. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to B. I've been making a bunch of the clips from the B episode.
Yeah, she's funny.
Oh man, shit made me laugh. Oh man. No, legit. I learned about a Sybian within the last couple years. You know what that shit is?
Last couple of years, hey, bro. You research it one and you know about it. You know what I mean?
I was like,
this guy looks it up every. He's like on. They got a new one. The new one just dropped.
No, I'm not getting the release updates. Not like the Jordan drops.
Yeah, you got. You got 3 Sybians on deck. This is actually vintage Sybian. Yeah, George Bush sat on this in college.
This is the one from the Howard Stern show, from the set. Oh man, no, somebody. What was it playing? What is it? What's that? It's like the Mad Libs game for the phone. You play. What the hell is it called?
You know what?
Words, not Words with Friends. What the fuck is it called?
Wordle.
Not Wordle. There's another one.
You know what's funny is that, and then I looked up Sybian. I was like, let me see what's going on with Sybian.
Yeah,
when I saw you guys' reel, let me see what's happening. I've been out of the loop, I guess.
Bro,
so I looked it up and I saw this video with Angela White who was on the Sybian, and I was like, hey, these shits hit, I guess. 'Cause this bitch was going crazy.
Oh my god, it was so funny. After I posted that clip, the Sybian company that I tagged in it, and they like hit me back.
Thank you so much. You know what I mean? Our PR was dying. You brought us back. You brought us back to the limelight.
Oh my god, dude, it was hilarious. They were like, "Hey, it's friendly for everyone," or something like that. Like,
Wait, so guys are supposed to be able to use Sybians too?
I guess if you're into the butt stuff, I guess. I don't
Because
know.
or maybe they have different attachments to it.
They do, yeah. I've seen them.
Oh wow, he
I've been on the
clearly
website.
he clearly fucking.
I did some product research.
You look it
after
up.
This last
You look up
clip.
Sybians. You're really into Sybians, huh?
I do my research. I do my work before I be putting the Instagram out there.
Well, that's the
bro.
type of porn you be watching, huh? Sybians
no,
put your machines on women, huh?
That's typically not my thing.
What is your thing? What is your thing? If we can.
You know the fucking
You
vibes.
want them to let me know what the fucking vibes are?
What are the fucking vibes, Mario? If we logged onto your computer and then we go into Pornhub, what are they gonna recommend? You know how they always recommend videos? And they low-key be slapping. I'm like, damn, who made this playlist? You know? Like,
Yo, that's when you know you're getting deep when you're looking at the pre-made playlists and other
playlist,
other
all this
people's-
shit is slaps.
Thick Latinas 313 has been fucking putting in the work.
Oh, you gotta go amateur every time. You gotta
do
go
the
amateur.
amateur? You do
every
amateur?
time. I mean,
I like.
I support small business.
I appreciate the.
Yeah, you ever do the thing where like you know a girl in real life, but you got her OF, and then sometimes you see her out at the bar and she has a beer, and you're like, "Bitch, I bought you that beer."
I've not had that happen yet. Yeah.
You just walk up like, "Hey, you're welcome." She's like, "What?" Hey, you're welcome.
You know. Just don't address it. Just walk off.
He doesn't even go here. Like, like
Oh shit! You got me. You got me, bro. You got me. Jesus Christ.
hey, you know we out here. It's what we do.
Yeah, I was talking about this on stage. I think it's like thick Latinas. I think is my. Yeah, I
I was
think
talking about this on stage.
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
He was all shy.
Actually,
he
I
was all shy about it
Yeah.
on the podcast. You know, I was talking about it on stage.
Actually, I told a bunch of strangers about this.
Isn't it crazy how private it feels when we're up there?
Yeah,
And like I'll reveal shit, and then people will come up and be like, "So blah blah blah," and I'm like, "How the fuck?"
Yeah.
Hey dog, hey, who sent you?
Who sent you? How do you know this? Oh man. No, I was like talking about
Latinas, huh?
I was talking about hot Cheeto Latinas.
Cheetos.
You know the hot Cheeto kind?
Yeah, they be having Cheeto fingers at 7 a.m. with a fucking cherry Coke. Yeah.
Yeah, but then like the color of their hair and their fingers is the same. You know,
Okay,
It's
yeah,
the
I'll
red hair.
fucks with that.
You know what I mean? You see that shit? And I was just joking around. I was just like, man, if you depending on how dirty you get, man, if you're eating your out from behind, then it's like it's red down there too. Right?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
gotta be a
careful.
spicy butthole.
Woo!
There's no way that's not a spicy bullet. Then you know what that is crazy.
Maybe
lot
the
of
spices. Maybe
a lot
the
of Latinas
spices.
be hot. A lot of Latina girls be super hot, but they eat spicy food and their assholes are torn apart.
Yeah,
So,
this is true.
You got guys if you turn them over and check. I guess. I don't,
Turn them over.
I don't
Jared. Is
know.
this like a dipstick?
I don't even know where that came from, to be honest. I was shook when I said it. I was like, oh god.
Oil check.
I'm just saying, you know what I
I
mean?
was shook when I said it. This bitch just came out of your mouth. Oh, we just playing. But yeah, if you're into that freaky stuff, be careful. Monkeypox is in the streets right now.
Bro, speaking of
Oh.
that freaky stuff, I got on
Oh.
this app called FetLife.
Oh, you're on FetLife now,
No,
bro?
check it out. So one of my
Yeah.
I went to this show.
Yeah.
One time I went to this show in Murrieta. Loki, one of my homegirls, she hit me up and she goes like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Just hanging out. What are you doing today?" And she goes like, "Yo, you want to do my show tomorrow?" But I'm like faded at my house, so I thought she said, "Come do my show today," you know. So I'm like, "Word," and I drove over there, and then I'm like, "Yo, I'm here." And she goes like, "Are you fucking kidding? The show's tomorrow." You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Damn, what else is going down here?" And she goes like, "Go to this bar. They have a mic going on." So I went to this mic, and then they had a thing where they wear like this mask,
Uh-huh.
like fucking wide eyes shut or eyes wide shut or whatever.
Okay.
They had those masks, those orgy masks going, you know.
The
So,
leather like gimp mask and shit like
not
that.
the ones over the eyes, like you're trying to be mysterious.
Oh, okay, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So then,
Like the party Halloween.
yeah. So I was
store
making
shit.
orgy fucking jokes about it, and then somebody goes like, yeah, blah blah blah. Like I went to an orgy and I met this comedian. So I'm like, word, what the fuck? Like that's crazy. I'm like, that's what comedian is it? Because we're all connected. And then
Yeah.
he goes, it's this dude, blah blah blah. And I'm like, word. And then so I get on my phone and I text this fool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what's up?
Like, what's the word on
Yeah,
this?
what's word on the orgies? And he goes like, how do you know that? And I'm like, yo, I just met this dude at a bar and he told me that he saw you. And he goes,
Bruh.
and so I started asking him like, what the fuck is this all this shit about, you know? And then he goes like, oh yeah, you should get on this app and check it out. And so then I created a thing to check it out. It's fucking weird, by the way. Like it's people where like one kink is their whole personality.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, just be a person. You know what I mean? So, but the homeboy told me, but it was funny.
All
and
right, I texted you a name. Tell me if it's this name, because like I don't want to out him, but like, because I think okay, because I
that's so
think
funny.
that's
so funny. But now I know this guy.
Other people,
but now I know.
There's a couple. There's a couple.
Let's go.
All right, I gotta find out.
That's so
hilarious.
funny.
There's a few others I could have said. But
yeah,
like,
you know what? It's like it's
only because he's talked about it. I've seen.
no,
it
and also it's
so.
not even like it's fucking whatever.
Yeah, go for it.
I went so hard. I did it just to check out like the stuff that my friend was telling me about. He was like, just go on there. It's fucking weird. Blah blah blah. He was telling me all this stuff, but then he also was like, but I was like, so you go to an orgy and they have like food or something, and he goes like, they could, and I was like, I'm in. You know what I mean? So I went to the page and I created one, and that was my whole thing. I was like, hey, one of my friends said that he went to an orgy. They had good chicken tenders, so I'm here. What's up? People sucking and fucking. That was like my thing that
they
I
have
felt,
good chicken tenders.
like it was like I'm just fucking around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they had this thing where it's like take this test or something where it's like a fucking like I don't know, like some type of sexual test. It'll tell you if you're like dominant or submissive and stuff. And I'm like, well, this is fun. You know what I mean? So I did it, and I was like, like I didn't really learn anything. I was like, yeah, I already knew this by myself.
You're a sub?
No, fuck no, fuck. I can't. I don't like being
I'm
fucked.
kidding.
You know what I mean?
Do you?
But so then it asked all these questions, and I was like, I'm just gonna answer all these like honestly. And then I like answered everything, and it's like. That's the only thing that I learned is that I don't like these people. I don't like these people based on the fact that it's like a kink is their whole personality. That's who you are. It's like, dude, can you have a regular conversation? I know you're on here to try to do some crazy shit, but just be a person. You know what I mean? You don't have to be like, they all think they're all. Why is it all gothy, weird?
It is
like,
a lot of that.
Backwoods, fucking gigolo people.
Juggalo.
Yeah, I don't know
shit,
what the
bro.
fuck is going on.
Wasn't it ICP and shit?
Yeah, but I wanna. Me and Moncayo want to work on this multimedia like group where it'll be kind of like subcultures. We'll kind of try to invade a bunch of little subcultures and write articles about it and get videos about it. So I want to do one on like that type of lifestyle where like people fucking have orgy, like swingers, I guess, swinger lifestyle.
Yeah.
Cause
you know about the pineapples?
No, I just learned that on TikTok.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember somebody told me about that a while back ago. I was like, oh, word.
Yeah, like an upside down pineapple.
Yeah, that's apparently the thing.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
But it's funny because you'll see people at like raves and shit, and they'll have like shirts with pineapples on it, and people will be like, ah. And I've seen guys go like, yeah, you know, like they'll embrace it and shit like that.
It's less cool.
I don't know if they're joking or they're just playing
cool when
into
it's like
it.
a guy that's like, yeah, I'll go to a swinger party. It's like obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're gonna go try to get some pussy, but like a girl, it's always that's the thing that I imagine is just like two girls and 1,800 guys.
Yeah,
and it's
usually
like
what it is.
There's no way that. And how attractive can these girls be? You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's like that. I have seen though at like a couple raves. You know how they do totems, like where they're like have like a stick or whatever, like with a sign or something. Like they'll have like different designs and shit. I've seen it where they put the pineapple on the top, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I see you. Like,
Oh, hell yeah.
so that's I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's SpongeBob fans, maybe. I don't know.
I'm super open about sexuality. I have a problem when people are hypersexual, because sometimes within this like society that we live in now, where like sex is so open and openly discussed, and everyone's so poly and all this and that and all these relationships.
Mhm.
So everything's pretty, standard. But I think when you can't get out of that sexual like phase, then it's an issue. It's like literally you got to go to therapy. You're being hypersexual and it's a problem. You know what I mean?
Like that's all you bring to the table.
Yeah, like
like,
that.
in a
Like if that's
relationship,
your
like-
like that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like these people on this thing, because it's like that's your personality. Like which means that you're thinking about sex. You're like perusing online, trying to figure out how to do this and that, how to or buy new equipment and this and that. You know what I mean? It's like you're going too far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You guys are all going way too far. The point of sexuality is like, hey, we're fucking doing it and we're being crazy and we're having fun, and then now we go back to our regular lives, and then continue
Yeah.
being a person in
Go to
this
your
world.
Go to your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And shit. Gotta go to the supermarket.
Don't
and
make
shit.
it your whole goddamn being. It's weird.
Oh man, you're like walking around with a choker chain on and shit like that in the mall.
I talk about that in my set. Like you guys are out of control. Like when people, I can imagine that, dude. Like sometimes if you had like a girl that's super hot but her whole thing is that you gotta tie her up and whip her and do all this crazy shit. It's like every time, dude. I can't just make love to a bitch one time. I gotta fucking, you know what I mean? I gotta fucking come in with equipment.
You gotta role play. You gotta put on a fucking uniform and
Folks,
do a
like
voice.
like furries. What are you doing?
Yo,
You're going too far, dude.
Furries is a lot though.
They get like custom, and it's like I even understand the outfits. All right, that's gross, but I get it. But then, why do you have a backstory to your character? They have like character development.
Yeah, there's always a backstory to it.
That's creepy.
This is Peter. He's a
nightclaw. He's a wolf mixed with a raccoon, and
he's adopted.
like, what are you doing? You're going too far, man.
He has a gluten allergy.
And in real life, he doesn't even have a gluten allergy. He's just his character,
Oh, that's hilarious. When they bring the bowls out and shit like that, I
don't see that. Like human size, like
yes, yeah.
Oh, nah.
They just, like eat and drink from the bowls and stuff like that. Just take it to that
I'm
level.
open to a lot of things, but some things it's just like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Some things are that's how I feel. Some things are just perverted.
Yeah.
Like bronies.
Bronies.
It's like you're being a creep. That's a child show. You're just jerking off to a child show.
Yeah.
To ponies.
Bro, I don't know. Like maybe it's just our generation, but like growing up and just like being exposed to like hentai and all that shit, bro. Like all the fucking anime where it's just like, bam, like you're like, whoa, fuck, this is crazy. You're like, I was just watching Toonami yesterday. Now look at this.
I know. I was like trying to go Super Saiyan low key without anybody knowing. Now I'm jerking off to tentacles. You know what I mean? Like what
life
happened?
comes at you fast.
It comes at you real fast in the 21st century.
Oh man.
And that's why I'm like, dude, all these kids, they have these phones in their pockets and they got fucking porn by the age of whenever, and then their parents are like, I'm gonna get my kid a phone so I can know where they're at. They could text me, make sure they're safe, but they never text or call. They just watch fucking ass gape videos. You know what I mean? These kids are crazy.
Or Twitch streams. Shout out to
And
Twitch.
then they're like, why do we have all these school shooters? I'm like, these kids are desensitized. They're on like the 18th page on Pornhub. They're watching beheading videos at the same time. They got 2 tabs open.
Oh, man.
A beheading video and like an orgy. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? You know what I mean?
Hey.
These kids are crazy.
Oh man.
Sorry.
A lot of shots to the head.
You know the fucking vibes.
Getting wild out here. Oh, shout out to homies in the chat. Shout out to Loose Leaf. He says, I can't kink shame. I'm into clowns. Oh.
Is this live? Is all this live right now? Oh my god, I had no idea.
We got a couple homies.
All right. Hell yeah. Welcome, guys. Thank you.
It's a low key live broadcast. But
I
yeah.
fucks with this.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. This shit gets wild. This shit gets crazy, bro. What was I gonna say? Dude, the kinks and shit is crazy.
I've been with people like that where it's like, oh my god, you know what's
Yeah.
crazy? There's an upside down pineapple right there.
There is one actually.
What the fuck kind of situation are you bringing me into right now?
No, this is not.
I didn't even notice it until just now. But yeah, I've been with people like that where and it's
Put
like
that away.
it's like overwhelming, man.
Yeah.
It's like
I matched with a chick on Bumble a couple years ago, and she had like a whole bunch of like shit about fat life on her profile. So I was just like, oh shit. I did research into it, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's why I know about. That's how I knew about it.
And you
Right.
and
A little bit before I learned about the Sybian, if you want to put it on the timeline.
Oh, years, huh?
Yeah, that's been years.
Oh, he's known about fat life for like 7 years now. Damn, this shit's been around, huh?
It's maybe like 4 or 5 years I've
What
known
the
about
hell?
it. But
That's
yeah, it has
crazy.
been around though. Yeah, I only learned about it like back then, right
Yeah.
around when I started doing comedy.
It broke you.
Hey, it broke me. I said I had to do it. I got to double down. Oh man. Goodness gracious. Oh, I didn't even talk about how I started getting into stand up. Dude, I had a old coworker who was like used to do open mics or whatever in Long Beach area. And because I used to live over there and work over there in that area. And so he just like kind of tried to convince me to go out. Eventually I went out. I kind of did all right my first set. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't bomb, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, but like obviously low expectations. It was a room full of like 4 other comics maybe. So
Pretty good.
I got a couple chuckles here and there. So I was like, okay, all right.
You're
maybe.
like, oh shit, I'm meant for this.
But then I was like self-conscious, and then I didn't go back up for like maybe a month or two, and then like I said, maybe 15 times the rest.
Why
of the
were
year.
you subconscious? What were you thinking about, like when you were psyching yourself out? You know how
I don't
we
know.
were talking about this earlier
Yeah.
when like I psych myself out all the time. Like I'm like, nah, who the fuck do I think I am? You know, like
Oh,
like
yeah,
some guy
yeah.
gave me this great intro and it sounded amazing, but I'm like, nah, what the fuck? But it was all true. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, I'm good on paper. I look good, but then we have like you grow up with your uncles all the time being like, nah, fool, come on, you suck. Hey, come on, this fool thinks he's gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and now they're like in my head. My
Mhm.
uncles and shit, they're all in my fucking head. So now I try to like do the thing like you, like you know what I mean? Was that the
Yeah.
same case where you try to do stand up and you just like in your head like, come on, you think you're gonna do stand up?
Yeah, I kind of was like that. Yeah, yeah. Like everything I've done in my life has just been like, are you really gonna try to do that shit? Nah,
100%.
yeah. But it's been like fighting the battle of just being like,
this fool
fuck
thinks
it.
this fool thinks he's a photographer.
Yeah, yeah, shit like that. This fool thinks he knows graffiti. Like, what
This
the?
fool thinks, ponte a lavar trastes. This fool thinks he's gonna.
I hear that all the time and shit like that, which is funny because I get that from my family, and like it was part of the reason. Like, I don't know, like I was into sports growing up.
I saw you play like football and stuff.
Yeah, I played football and basketball growing up, but then like that kind of didn't pan out. So I was like, all right, if I can't get a D1 scholarship, I don't think I'm gonna go pro.
You
So
weren't
like,
tall-
yeah, so I don't think I'm
he
gonna
wasn't
keep
tall
pushing.
or black enough.
That's plenty of light skinned homies who are killing it, and got scholarships been better than me.
That's the thing that gets me canceled. This is it.
Yo, not gonna lie, my senior year of playing football, we got upset in this game, the second round, and we're playing this team. Thank you, appreciate it. We're playing this team from the boonies. It was like, oh man, Del Oro or something like up in Sacramento area. And there's a whole bunch of white dudes on the team, and our coach, who's another white guy, literally was just like, "Look at their legs. I think we're good. I think we'll be good this week. You know, they ain't too dark on their side." He said some shit like that. I was like, "Damn!" And then we were big headed, and we got upset that way. And they beat us. Oh man,
That's definitely. I feel like a good football coach has to be a little racist. You know what I mean? Because
Oh,
he has
man.
to be like, oh no, we need. Who was that one guy that's like, oh, we need to get more black guys on our team? Like, you know, like I'm like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta do like you gotta get, if it's baseball, you know, you gotta get some fucking Cubans in there. You gotta get some fucking Dominicans. It is what it is.
yeah, definitely. Which, if you ask them, they won't say they're black, but like, you know,
Cubans are black. I'll say it right now.
it's
I'm
like
going on
Cubans
record.
can be black. Not
Going
all
on
of them are
record
black,
saying
but-
Cubans can be Afro Cubans. Afro Latins are everywhere.
Yeah, man.
Afro Mexicans. We out here. I mean, not me, but some of them.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. You'll do the ancestry.com shit.
Oh, you're fucking. I'm like 47% Spaniard or something.
Yeah,
I'm assuming. I don't know.
you never know what the percentage is until I guess you do that shit. But I don't want to give my DNA to some third party.
To find out you're Guatemalan. Hey, no,
Just to find out you're Guatemalan.
no thanks. You know what I mean? Hey, you can keep that.
Oh,
That's
stupid.
yours. You can have that.
That's stupid, bro. I was at Accidental Chaos last night, and you know Billy Myers.
Okay.
He was on
Is that
stage.
the fat dude?
No, he's the guy with the white and the black and
Beard?
beard and like
Yeah,
long
yeah.
hair, and he like doesn't use the mic, and he just yell
Yeah.
at you like this.
Yeah, he's fat.
Yeah, I guess he's
you
fat.
don't think
Yeah,
he's
he is,
fat?
yeah.
Oh my god.
He's not as fat as like Ray Cameron, who's there all the time and
No,
shit. So
well, nobody's fat as Ray Cameron.
It's true though, bro. They're giving him one of the jerseys or whatever, and like the XL was like, I took a picture of it. Dude, I had like 300 people look on my story. It's his belly button hanging out.
It's crazy. He used to be like a child actor,
Mhm, mhm.
and now he's like,
Not a child.
or an actor. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he still is.
Acting on stage.
Not like a fool.
Acting a fool. He be acting up still. Oh, shout out to Ray. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
That's like the stamp of approval from comics, though. He's like, you got to shit on him before you like. We can't ever give 100% good compliment or something.
I
Like,
have I
feel
have
weird.
I have 3 responses for 3 levels of people that I know where it's like they're not funny yet, but they're gonna get funny, I believe.
Yeah.
Or that's where I'll be like yeah, he's figuring it out. People are like, yo, is he a cool guy? Yeah, he's figuring it out. Or somebody that I think that's not funny, but he's cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's a good guy. And if I think you're funny, oh, dude, that guy kills it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got their levels for it.
Yeah.
It's a fucking code.
Because I never want to be like, oh, that guy's
not
not cool. So I would just be like,
Yeah.
yeah, that guy's a good guy.
right. He's a guy. Yeah. And sometimes you
I don't
feel-
like to be a douche.
Put people on blast and shit if they don't have to. Yeah, I know. Like I said before, I got like a list in my head.
Yeah,
like, to
you know who
run
you
it-
are.
Yeah,
In my head, I'm assuming.
I don't think they do because like
I don't even really.
It's because it's not even like beef. It's just like, all right, I'll keep myself
That's
away
how
from,
I see it. I'm
from
like,
potential shit.
I don't
You know?
I don't beef with anybody. If I don't like you, I just don't. You're not my friend. I don't follow you. I don't know what you're doing. I just completely I'm unaware of you. You're just out of my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't beef with anybody. I also don't dislike anybody like that. If I dislike you, I just don't hang around you. You know what I mean? I'm not one to be like make a bad Yelp review about a thing. I'll just not go there anymore.
Right. I feel it. I'm the same way though. It's like you see somebody just start to be a problem at any point in your life. In my life in the past, I've just been like, all right, it's
Yeah.
easy for me to just been like, okay, deuces. I'm gonna.
Yeah, dude, I block
remove
so many
myself from
people on
people.
Instagram. It's not even funny. Like the homegirls always like, dude, stop blocking
Mhm.
blocking bitches, you know. And I'm
Mhm.
like, nah, that's it. You know what I mean? Like just one thing, and I'm like, all right, I don't need this.
Get the short leash.
Yeah, I mean, cause I'm a busy guy, man. We all have 24 hours a day. The only thing that separates you from anybody else is what you do with your 24 hours. You think I'm gonna spend some of that time fucking arguing with somebody, you know?
Right.
It's like, fuck that, dude. I'm just gonna do what I want to do.
It's not worth the effort. Oh, what I wanted to say earlier though, man, Billy Myers was talking to this comic. They were saying something about like how they're from the South, and he was just like, "Hey, do you guys know this like particular Southern person who always says that they're part Native American?"
No.
They try to say it like there's like some like free will and like Pocahontas ass like type story and shit like that. You probably know how they got that percentage, right? And they're like probably not willing for the most part.
Probably not willing.
And like I was like, yo, I was dying. I was DJing up on the deck, and I was laughing to myself. And I looked over the edge, and I was like, bro, that's how Mexico started. He was like,
That's true.
Yeah, everybody was like, yo.
I'm like partially
Whoa.
Mexican, partially raped.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's part of it. That's not all of it. That's part of it. It's fucking, yeah, because that's like
Yeah, like in
part
Mexico,
native, you part Spanish. That's
I was
Mexico.
telling
That's
one of
like-
my Italian friends yesterday. I was like, "Yo, Mexico has a place called Nueva Italia." You know what I mean? They're like fucking shook, and I'm like, "Yeah, there's like European shit because of the Spaniards that came in and raped half our people." You know? And they're like, "Okay, you don't have to throw that."
You
in
didn't
there."
have to go that far.
I'm like, "It happened." I'm just speaking facts.
Oh man, I think if somebody was talking about Columbus, that's why I got to that subject. That's why somebody brought that up. I was like, damn, dude, I was a Spanish minor in college, and like I fucking got to read his like diary. That shit was gnarly, bro. That shit was.
How do you find? Can I like get that shit on Amazon?
I think so. Yeah, yeah, you should be
Yeah.
able to.
That's crazy.
It was like excerpts. It wasn't. I don't think it was like the whole thing, but I read like certain chapters of
He's
it.
like Che Guevara, where people are like, oh yeah, there's these people. They're chill, but they're like really they didn't do anything and they're horrible people.
Oh no, Che is like way more charged. Oh, actually, no. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
It
'cause
depends on who you
They both
ask.
raped and murdered. Well, I don't know if he raped, but they both murdered people, and then they had crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if Che was a
Ideas.
raper.
No, but he was like he hated gays and he was like pro killing them. All this crazy shit.
He did lead like what, like 3 different revolutions or something like that, though.
I
and
mean,
it's, like,
I'm still a
fucking
better man than
crazy.
I. I'll say that. Even though he's a bad person, like I ain't never led one revolution. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, give it up for him.
Oh,
Motherfucker
man.
put up numbers.
It's wild. It's wild, dude. Like it's funny the different kind of Latinos you find in America and like their politics and shit. Cubans always right wing because those are the people that
Oh, was-
Castro
oh,
hated and like fucking.
And then it's crazy. Why would they come back and then be like even interested in politics? You know what I mean?
Just because they hate communists and communism and they would want the communist party in the regime in Cuba to end and for them to go back to being how it was before and not all run by the government and shit.
You know, speaking of like
So,
all
yeah.
the different rules and all this, like in Latin America and stuff,
Mm.
there's these 2 serial killers, but one of them is from I think he's Peru, and then one of them is from Colombia,
Okay. Yeah.
and they both have numbers like body counts up to like 400.
Damn.
400.
Damn.
Right? Like that's a lot, right?
They just like blow up buildings of people and shit like that, or what?
No, they
What?
they individually they both had the kind of the same MO, so they would target children, but one of them would target boys and girls, one of them would target just boys.
Whoa.
And then so one of them basically the most amount of time they can get for in prison over in those places is 30 years,
hmm
right? So this and every 2 months that or every year that you go with good behavior, they reduce 2 months from your prison sentence. So this guy's basically murdered about like 300 something children, and he's gonna get out in like soon because he already did like 22 years. That's crazy, huh? Like it happened to the other guy too. Like he got out and then he just, oh, we don't know where he's at.
What the fuck? yo.
Because their fucking policy is like that. 30 years is a lifetime. I
Yeah.
suppose that's how they see it. So the most you could spend in prison is a lifetime. So boom, 30-year sentence.
Damn. Killers on the loose in South America. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Holy shit.
Juan Garavito, check it up. He has interviews in Spanish. That guy's fucking creepy, bro.
Damn. You got to do a Netflix series on this fucker.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people don't know about them because, like in America, they have enough serial killers out here to.
We got enough mass shootings and serial
But
killers.
yeah,
to
dude. Like
occupy.
like in Mexico, there was also this couple known as like the monster of whatever place they were from, but they thought it was like a person chopping people up and shit, and dropping off in bags. But it was a couple. It was a lady and a guy, right?
What the
And
fuck?
then they caught him, and they were taking a stroller full of bags, and they were like, "What's in the bags?" And they looked, and it was body parts. You know?
Oh my god.
It's crazy. And this lady that
Yo.
made tamales and all this crazy shit. Like over there. There's this lady called
Like with the body?
with
Oh.
body parts. There's somebody that made candles. There's a lady who I think this one's badass because like she used to kill old people. Not that that's cool, but she also but during the
Not
day,
that that's cool. Disclaimer.
but she was a luchador. She was a luchadora,
Yeah.
right? So she would be a villain in
Mhm.
the. She was like a
Wow.
a heel.
Yeah.
And then like it kind of like
Got in her
fucked
head?
with her. Yeah, and then, so she
Oh.
just started playing the heel in real life and started.
She
killing
became an actual
old
killer.
ladies, Yeah,
Started murdering the old
La
ladies.
mata viejitas.
Wow. I love Spanish nicknames are right to the point.
I know.
The old lady killer.
The other one's La Bestia. Like, you know,
The
like-
beast. Oh man.
it's so crazy though. But it's fucking wild, dude. Like I've been
Fuck.
I kind of want to start like a true crime podcast, man. I have all this. Because I've been into serial killers since I was like in middle school. I know I was like a weird kid. Uh,
Hey, that's cool. I was into like aliens and like dinosaurs
Oh,
and
same,
shit. So
same.
like, but like,
But serial killers,
I've talked about aliens enough on this
serial
podcast. So.
killers always amaze me just because that's people. You know what I mean? And is that nature versus nurture thing where sometimes it's like, damn, you're just this perfect person from this perfect family, and you kill for no reason. And most times it's sexual abuse. They have this thing, the triad,
Uh-huh.
where bedwetting, fire starting, hurting animals. It's almost like you're almost gonna for sure be a serial killer.
That's so wild. I've heard of this. I've heard of that though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like my theory in comedy that like most people who are real good comics and successful have had some kind of trauma in
Oh,
their
yeah.
life, or like have like it's either head trauma or like
I
they've
got
been
way
abused
funnier when
or
I
like...
got a fucking traumatic brain injury.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah, dude. What do you want to know?
I'm gonna co-sign that comment, that statement. Oh shit, that's hilarious. I feel like I've talked about it on this show.
Word.
Only because we talked
You know
about
the
it.
fucking vibes.
I had made
just to be frank.
People think it's so funny. I had
Oh.
made this meme where I was like, the Ernesto Ledezma starter kit, and it was like glasses, a hat, a jean jacket, black jeans, Vans, and head trauma. And people were like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, you sons of bitches. But it's funny, you know. Like looking back too. Like, so what happened? This is the whole story how it
man.
happened. Like, I was dating this girl at the time, and I was coming back from her house. We actually had just gotten like in an argument, and then so Moncayo hits me up and he's like, "Yo, come to the bar in Fullerton. Like, let's have some drinks." I'm like, "Where? Let's go." This is peak pandemic. Like, shit's not even supposed to be open.
Yeah.
We go there and it's at capacity, dude. Like, people are like the
It was
patio.
OC, right? Riverside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were not giving a fuck.
Not at all.
So we go there. It's at capacity. Blah blah blah. I get a drink. I actually get 2 drinks because I was like, I don't want to stand back in line for another half hour. So I get 2 drinks, and I'd never even finished one of them.
Mhm.
You know, before I had to go to the hospital.
Right.
But so I went, and then this group of like 20 people came. It was like a few girls and some guys,
Yeah.
but they were already all fucked up, right? And so the guys went inside, and the girls were like all twerking and shit, and they started like fucking bumping into me, and I'm like, hey, you need to chill the fuck out, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then they were like, all right, cool, whatever. And then so then they did it again, like super aggressively, to where I spilled my drink, you know?
Mhm.
And so I'm like, wasn't really tripping because I had another drink, but I was like, hey, come on, man, look. And then the guy came, and then, no, she actually started like gangbanging on me, the girl.
Damn, okay.
And I was like, hey, come on, I'm not about to argue with no female. This is funny, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I was like, you're a little girl, like, get, like, you know what I mean? Get your bands or something. And then he came, whoa, what's up? And he started banging on me. He had like this neck tattoo, and I was like, yeah, but he's a Santa Ana cholo, so I'm unfazed. You know what I mean? I grew up in South Central, so I was like, whatever, dude. And I was
just like hierarchy.
and
to
he
the-
was
to the
like
cholo
fucking
banging
banging
and
on me, and I was like, I'm with whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and then he pushed me, and I got up and like tried to hit him, and everybody fucking hit me from the back. You know?
Mm.
So I got jumped, and then so yeah, I got knocked out like a couple of times, and then I started like throwing up blood, and I think like nobody called the cops. They were just kind of pulling up because it's like a college town.
Right.
So then he was like, "You need to go to the hospital." I'm like, "Oh, I'm good, whatever the fuck." And then I started throwing up, and he was like, "Nah, you need to go." And
Sheesh.
so I went, and yeah, it turns out I had like neck fractures, had traumatic brain injury.
Did you black out at all?
Yeah, a whole bunch of times.
Okay,
actually.
okay. So like so you time traveled then. So like you
Definitely, I was going in and out. Like I remember,
okay.
like I just remember me trying to go hit him, and then like I just remember me again in the parking lot, and then trying to fight him off still, and
Uh-huh.
then again when the police was there,
Damn.
and then again in the ambulance. And you know what's funny? They were like, in the ambulance, they were like, "What do you do for work?" Because they have to ask you all this shit, and I was like, "I'm a comedian," you know. And they were like, "Okay, blah blah blah." And then when I this was like maybe a week later,
Uh-huh.
the homie Galen Nash hit me up, and
Mm.
he was like, "Yo, man, I heard what happened." He was like, "You know what's crazy? That was my homeboy in the ambulance," and he was like, "Oh, he said this comedian," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I know him," you know. And I was like, "Oh, that's so weird that
It's
like,
that small
yeah.
fucking community. Jesus.
But yeah, I went to the hospital and all
Damn.
this shit. I had to get like neck surgery and all this crazy shit. But that's essentially what happened. Is like I just completely was unprepared for 14 other people. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it was just a group beat down.
Cause like I'm not like the toughest guy. I'm not like out here looking to fight or anything. But like But if it's a one-on-one, like I don't even if I get my ass beat, I'm like, all right, like you know what I mean? Let's catch a friendly or whatever, you know?
Right.
But it was just not that situation. So that's kind of what happened with that. But you know what was funny is that when I was dating that girl, you know how I told you we had just got into a fight. So I left over there when I was on my way over there. Like I drove, you know, I was like, "Ah." And then but she texted me like, "Be safe," and I was like, "Nah." And then the next
You
time I was
lived it
hitting her up,
through,
I was like,
yo.
"I'm in the hospital," you know, like. So I was like completely
I
like
remember
I was
from-
a dick, so it was well deserved.
Yeah, I remember from our end, I was just hearing like different pieces of story of
Somebody
like,
said I got beat up because I said I like had a show. Somebody said like I
the
had,
whole, yeah, the story started like coming out, but
Somebody
like
said I had,
initially it was just like
um,
it was like an investigative work just
what
to
did
figure
they
out what
say? I
happened.
had I don't know. Essentially, someone was like I was a vegetable or something. Somebody was saying that.
I heard that, yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
what
He was
the
on like life support or
Yeah, or
something. I'm like,
something.
nah, I got having to go to Mike's and be like, no, he's gonna be fine. He'll be
Somebody
back.
made like somebody made like a post and it was like I have this picture where I'm like sitting down and it's all black and white and I'm like looking to the side and somebody put like wings on it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I didn't die, bro.
You should have came back with merch of just like you in the clouds.
Oh, dude, I was just trying to dude. I swear to God, I
The
couldn't even.
RIP tour.
I wasn't right for like
2022.
months. My fucking head was fucked up for months. Like for like that happened in 2020 and just the beginning of this year, I was done with everything because it was all this fucking physical therapy, these surgeries, but I had to get a bunch of shots in my spine. Like I got this in there, you know, and my brain kept bleeding. I guess like it was this. It was they did this thing where they were like, don't do any drugs, don't smoke or drink, and I was like, man, come on.
He said, "Come on."
So I like in that like at first I wasn't at all, but then I was like I smoked a little and then I didn't die, and then I smoked and I kept not dying, and then look at me now.
I remember when you were like stepping, putting your toe into the water. You're like, I smoked the bowl. I'm okay. I went to a joint. I think it worked.
Yeah.
And I'm here back to smoking blunt for last week.
Essentially.
I was like, all right, damn. All right, can you? I was like, you want to hit this? And you gave me like, like preamble. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know. So you just back getting back into it.
Back in the
mix. Oh man. So like you did physical therapy like for just your back and spine in particular, or
just I guess because your spine is everything. It's your whole movement,
like your whole core and everything.
It's
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
So, like
Yeah.
even if you just picking something up, like I remember, like even making a fist or moving like a little, it would just feel like my whole back was gonna snap.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was gonna be paralyzed. That's what it felt like, you know.
Damn.
So I mean, everything fucking hurt, especially right after the surgery. Like it was funny when I left the surgery. Like I was so pumped up on drugs. Like my sister was driving me home. I'm like, let's stop for Starbucks, whatever. I'm paying, whatever. And we fucking get home. I'm like, I'm playing Call of Duty. And then the next morning, like I wake up thinking like, oh, it's gonna be chill, you know. And then I tried to go get up, and it was like, like the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
Just immediately just trying to move, you know. It was so crazy. And I had this wound right here, and it was when my back wasn't even completely fixed yet, and or my neck, and I went to go meet Tom Segura, and he had his whole cast thing going on. And I was like, I wish we met in better terms. You know what I mean? Like we're all fucked up and we're laughing at it, you know. But,
Shit.
It was a weird time. I wasn't able to like back, so people were talking shit. I'm like, who the fuck?
you'd be like
Who
turning
the fuck
slow.
is that? You know?
Turning hella slow. Carrying a little like mirror around and shit like that. Just look around. Get you some perspective. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
man. And then I still don't work out. You know what I mean? I thought like when I was really injured, I was like, man, when I get uninjured, I'm gonna do some sit-ups. But nah, cap.
It's not all cap.
I didn't.
Oh man. Well, that's good to hear you feeling better and shit like that. So like this year, you said you is like when you started feeling like I guess close to normal or as close to where you were before.
Yeah, and it was a really weird, volatile time as well because I was on. I've been switching medications back and forth, like trying to find the medications that are right for me because I have major depressive and ADD and borderline. So
Okay.
so I take all these like these cocktails of medications and they'll fuck me up sometimes, you know.
Uh-huh.
Like I remember for a while, like I would just throw up like constantly. And I looked great, but it was not good. You know?
Yeah. What was going on like past skin deep is like
Yeah.
not happening, right? Okay.
But yeah, and then now like I'm on some other medication. I feel pretty good. As I'm just got on ADD medication too, so I can focus better. And but um now I'm just focusing on the fact that I'm like, damn, I'm not doing shit. You know what I mean? Like so now I'm back to like, damn, I gotta have my calendar full on everything, and I have to. Not that I wasn't doing anything before.
Mhm.
I still always stayed pretty busy, but I think that's kind of the move. If I just keep free time, I'm gonna go crazy. So I just
Yeah.
gotta fucking keep it all the slots filled in.
That's a good way to put it. Hell yeah. Just keep busy, keep it moving. That way like it doesn't give your brain enough time to sit and think and like start getting to those lonely dark spots
Yeah.
cuz my brain works similar. I've had like issues with like depression and stuff like that. My mom has had clinical depression and
My
stuff in the
mom as
past
well. Yeah.
too. But it's yeah, so like I know it's if I stick around and like I don't do anything, I get stagnant, then I get into the worst rut, and then it just like compounds on itself. You know what I mean? It feels like you're in like a sand, like what is it, like
Like
the
quicksand.
quicksand, but it like like in the cartoon where like it goes down, but like you can still see like it
Oh, the
slows a
little
little
hole.
bit, like a little hole gets like
Yeah,
smoked.
man.
So it
Like
feels
it's
like that.
definitely my head. I say the worst shit to myself, dude. I never compliment myself or anything like that. So it's really nice too when I go out and I do shit, because then people be like, "Oh, that was funny," or "You're blah, blah, blah." They'll say nice shit to you. So it's like, all right, that feels good. And it
Yeah.
took me a while to be cool with that, like to be like accept all the like compliments and
Mm.
the nice gestures and all that stuff. And so now whenever I'm feeling down, like I'll have certain friends like they'll be like, "Oh, I haven't talked to them in a while," so they'll reach out. Or if I got nothing going on, like usually I'm booked pretty regularly throughout the week, but if I have like a day where I'm not doing anything,
Hmm.
I'll just go hang out at one of the clubs.
Yeah.
And I go by myself, and it's cool because then I end up knowing everybody anyway, so it's like a big fucking hangout.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's something I need to do a lot more. Like low key, I was gonna go to the store this last weekend, but like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I got like kind of emotional. I was outside and I saw the RIP Teddy Ray sign there, and I was just like, fuck. And I wasn't with anybody, and if I was with somebody, I probably could have held it together. But I was like, I don't want to break down right here in front of like a bunch of strangers and shit,
Yeah.
like a bunch of comics that like I kind of don't really know and shit like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna head home. But
Yeah.
but I was like, fuck, dude. Yeah,
But hit me. I'll
man.
fucking. We live like pretty close. We can fucking carpool or something.
Hell
And
yeah. I'll
and
let you
then
know. I'll let
like
you know for
I be
sure.
going to the Laugh Factory or like the store, like. And then that's one of the things too, is like that pretty much changed the game for me in my career, is going to the clubs. Like they would always be like, they would like headliners would be like, "Oh, like that's where the managers are. That's where everybody books shit. That's where everybody you want them to see you. That's where they're at. They're
Yeah.
not gonna be in fucking Lancaster, even though
Right.
still go to Lancaster and get that fucking money and do that show, but then come back and hang out,
Hmm.
or just show your face or introduce yourself to some people. But everything's popping down here. That's where everybody's doing the shit. You stay in the loop. Who's It's also really fun to see people blow up. Like I've been doing this long enough to where I've seen people like, oh, we used to do these shows together, or I opened for you at this bar, and
Hmm.
then now you got a show on TV and you're fucking
Right.
killing it. And
Or
it's like,
you're blowing up on Instagram, or
yeah,
you got, dude.
or
It's
more so like TV shit, like stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, dude, it's so crazy. I see so many of the guys that were like up and coming at the store or whatever, like the doorman when like I first started, are now like the people who are like up and popping. I see Jeremiah Watkins doing a whole bunch
Oh
of
yeah.
shit. I see fucking Chappelle.
Or then
Uh
just living in LA, like you'll see your friends in advertisement, like in ads, or
yeah.
you'll see them in commercials. It's really fun, dude. Like it's really motivating. Like and then you see them do like a year of all this fun shit, and
Uh
then or of all this work that's that seems like fun to do, and then for like a few months you see them like on their stories just like, man, I'm living it. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, so proud of them because they fucking work their ass off.
yeah. It does suck though when you have beef with a comic and you see them like on a commercial. That happens all the time. Like it runs
It
all
keeps
the.
running.
You're like, fuck. Like, damn it! I can't get rid of you. Like,
I know some people. I know some people feel like that about me, where they're like, they'll be like, "Fuck, how's he do that?" So it's like, that's like it's still fun. I know some people be like super hating because I be getting hate mail like all the time, dude. Like sometimes I don't be
Yeah.
getting like I don't get on Facebook much, but then sometimes I'll get on and I'm like, I read my messages and it's like, what the fuck did I do? I haven't even done it. I haven't even been active. How did how did you get you mad yesterday if I haven't been active for 4 days?
All right, we were talking about it earlier before the podcast, I think. But what's that like? That mentality that like I don't know. I kind of get from like your Theo's kind of dogging you or whatever growing up. You're like, oh yeah, you think that's cool, like kind of shit. You're like, nah. You're always like, oh man, I thought I played well, you know, whatever. It's always second guessing yourself and stuff like that. You can never fully like be cool with like success and shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. No,
Or
I'm never.
feeling confident about pursuing like goals and stuff like that.
I don't think I'll ever be 100% confident, but I think that like I'll always try like to be like, because that's what
Yeah.
it's. What was I saying the other time? I was like, you have to hate your like you kind of have to hate yourself to try to want to improve yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you're just sitting around like, oh, I fucking love myself, then you're not even trying to improve upon that, so you're just fucking done. You know what I mean?
The way that I've kind of talked about it on here before, it's like a dichotomy. It's like a two-edged sword. It's like a two sides of the coin. I don't know what other fucking metaphor you want to
Yeah.
use. I'm trying to think of another one.
I had it as dichotomy. But
Yeah, yeah.
Give me another 3 examples, please.
Now I'm just putting too much seasoning on this meal. Now it's like too salty. Yeah. It's kind of like a love and hate relationship where it's like you think you're the shit and you think you're like the shittiest at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's that joke I had. I'm
like,
like depressed and narcissistic, where my brain's always like, yeah, hey, you fucking suck, buddy, but also you're better than everyone.
yeah.
And everyone's like, oh man, you understand? It's him. It's really him. It's Timothy.
It's
It's
Timothy. Oh shit, man.
I love it, man. I fucking love stand up. I feel like everything I have in life, pretty much right now, or everything like the vibes and people around me, like all the positive shit, is because of stand up.
Hell yeah. I feel that. Yeah, for me, it's kind of like shit kind of like in my life kind of found like clicked, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, things kind of fell into place, I feel like when I started doing it. But it took a minute. For me.
I'm still
Yeah.
working on it too, but
It's always a work in progress.
like you see process and you're like, all right, here we go. We're getting
Exactly.
somewhere, you know?
Exactly.
Just like that, like just the fact that I'm like, all right, like now I know kind of like the industry standard for a feature paid spot, and I'm like, and now I can tell when people are fucking me, and it's like, all right, chill. Like that's like sometimes I'll take lower than it is, but it's like at least now I'm in the game. You know what I mean? Now I know, and that's progress. You know,
Right.
and I can build upon that.
Right. Building blocks.
Yeah.
There's so many steps into this shit. It's like every time you think you climb to the edge of a ladder, there's like a whole nother ladder ahead of you, bro. It's like
it's unstoppable,
Yeah.
and it's gonna keep coming at you hard, and I'm excited. And that sounded really gay, actually. And not even.
This is coming off episode we talked about chili cheese dog dick and shit. Right?
Is that what you're into?
Nah.
Hey, don't cap. You don't gotta lie to kick it.
Nah. I would let the people know if I was though. I don't think I've ever tried.
That's when you fuck a girl in the butt.
No, that was.
What's a chili dog?
No, it's not like a euphemism for nothing. We're just joking around and shit.
What,
I
chili
can't.
dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm disgusting. I see.
Like putting your dick in a bun and putting the fucking.
All right.
It's a lot. It's a whole lot.
All right. That's good
He's
bread,
a-
dude.
yeah,
You don't
it's-
gotta. That's a lot.
That's a whole lot.
And then what? And then you just gotta be hard the whole time.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like flaccid cock on your fucking. You just gotta stay bricked up.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Gotta be performing. Oh, man.
For Christmas last time, I got one of the homies one of those dick pills. Like
Which
those-
ones?
It was like
the
this
rhino.
No, yeah, it was supposed to be like the rhino one, but it was a donkey one. It was in Spanish and it was golden. It was like $35. And I
Damn.
was like, hey, let me get that hitter right there. Let me get that shit that's gonna break him the fuck up. And I was like, I gave it to him for Christmas.
What did he say?
He was just really fucking like he was it.
It was
It was
exciting.
hilarious. It was really hilarious, and also he did use it. You know what I mean? It's also like, well, it was one of those jokes where it's like, oh, this is really funny, but also I'm gonna use it. Like if you gave a girl a huge dildo,
Might as
but
well.
then
Yeah.
she's like, I guess also I'm into that now.
Try it out.
I don't know if that's a good and
The
not
greatest
analogy.
analogy.
I don't know. You know, we're out here, we're throwing them out and see what lands.
We need a sponsorship from a sex toy or like a sex any local sex shops in the LA
we
area.
need to get that Alameda X spot
Yeah, it was
by the
shout out.
105.
Shout out.
That place is. I'm pretty sure the place next to it they sell crack. And please don't murder me. Please don't murder me if you do sell crack there. But I'm pretty positive. I went in there and they had like a line, dude, a line, but it was just a smoke shop. Like they only sell pipes and stuff, and nobody was buying any pipes. And then they were fucking in and out, in and out. And I went there and I was like, "Hey, do you guys have?" And they're like, "Nope." And I was like, "All right, I get the vibes."
Damn.
And I just left.
Okay.
And there was like a girl on the counter and this like this guy sitting like
I know
right by the door.
I know which one you're talking about. It's where like there's like that Waba grill or whatever in the corner.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
dirty ass wobble girl. Like someone's gonna go jerk off at
There's
that
a-
arcade. And
There's
then
a
come...
smoke shop or not smoke, a weed shop like that's in that lot that I've gone to before.
a weed shop.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
But yeah, that is a skeevious looking
Oh,
smoke shop.
dude.
Like,
Like I remember that place has been there since I was a kid. Like adult bookstore, arcade. It's like
the hour. Have you seen the hours posted on the sign?
like 3 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Like it's 5 a.m. to 4 a.m. or something. It takes. I'm like, what's
like,
the fucking
it
randomest
seems
hour
like they
off, yo?
keep it open 24 hours, but they posted a weird schedule. Like it's like just say 24 hours, 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. or some weird shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. I would always remember. There's actually a spot way up in Alameda that used to be like kind of the same.
Mm.
That one got turned into a weed shop for a long time. That I used to go there. But
Okay.
you know, they always had these signs where it was like arcade. And I was, as a kid, I was like, I wonder what, you know what I mean, what these are. And I always assumed, like, obviously as a kid, I'm like, maybe it's like actual arcade games, but they're all nude and it's filthy or something. But then as an adult, just
The
realizing
filthiest
that,
arcade games.
yeah, just realize that people just go there to watch porn and jerk off. I'm like, oh, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And like, cause there's some,
That used to be the thing, bro. Before the
yeah, there was
internet,
somebody
dog.
on a booth and somebody shopping. Like it was crazy, you know.
Oh man, can you imagine though?
I can. It's disgusting.
the pre-internet days. I don't know how long ago you've been jerking out, but like the days where you have to like your shit is loading and you're like you're like waiting there for like 10 minutes for like a 30-second clip. Like,
I went more
as your modem's dialing
more,
up.
No. See, I didn't because because I was a kid and everybody had the same computer, so I would be more TV. Like let me watch a movie like VHS. Maybe we have a VHS with a titty scene.
Okay, yeah.
Or like remember on the DVD you could loop it. So sometimes you could just loop it when the titty popped out, and you know what I mean. You get like a gif of a titty.
GIF.
I was revolutionizing shit, bro. I was making gifs.
This was
before.
TiVo and titties
You
back
know,
in
that was my-
when he was a toddler.
I'm gonna be 20.
Shit.
I'm 29. I'm gonna be 30 this year. So I've
Hey.
been jerking off a minute.
Get it?
I ain't gonna stop either.
All right, then I got you by a few months because I turned 30 this year. I don't know.
November.
I look like a more wear and tear though.
I'm stoked because I look bad for in my 20s, but I look good for in my 30s. You know?
So the bar gets moved.
You know what I'm saying? It's
I don't change. With
I'm back, baby.
Be nice to the people on your way up, because
I'm
if you see
fucking
them on
back,
your way
baby.
down. Oh shit, that's funny. That's I don't feel any different though, but like,
My back hurts. That's
Yeah.
the only thing.
yeah. Well,
I can't even tell if I'm getting older or just because I got my ass beat.
because of the lingering effects of,
Yeah.
of that shit. I think for me, it's old. It's getting old. Get my
I
knee
don't work out.
pains
I
and
don't
shit.
even.
Be like stretching like a motherfucker, bro.
I
Oh
don't
my
work
God.
out. I smoke heavily every day. I drink a lot.
That'll numb the pain.
I'm on medication. I wonder when it's starting to start going downhill. I feel pretty good.
I wonder when. He said, I wonder when.
Oh, that makes me feel like you think this is downhill. That's
Oh,
funny.
no, I'm kidding.
Like,
I'm
wonder
kidding. No, it's just funny to contemplate that thought. You're like, do I got, what, 20, 30 left in me?
Don't you ever feel that? Like, what I got? Like another 30?
I was thinking about that the other day. That people are like, that's somebody else made that joke. I can't remember who it was, but they're like, people say they have midlife crisis, but they're like in their 40s. Or their 30s. It's like, wait a minute. Statistically, I don't think you're gonna make it to 90, bitch.
Definitely. I was smoking a cigarette the other day at I think it was at Thai Angel when I was there that one time. I was smoking a cigarette outside, and this old guy came out, and then he gave me this cigarette that was it was like 2 flavors. You could pop them differently, you know. So I was like, cool, and then he goes, yeah, let's smoke it. And you're like, you should quit. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
I wish I would have quit. And I was like, the fuck away from me, man.
Don't tell me this
the
shit.
fuck away, you fucking Grim Reaper.
Ghost of Christmas Past looking ass.
I was like, is this me from the future?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Do you ever like be out in public and you see somebody and you're like, I know that person looks like my homie in like 20 years.
Oh, 100%.
I see that all the time. I'll be like in the supermarket or like at Costco or some shit. And I'm like,
and people, I don't know what it is, but people that don't do like comedy or don't do some type of entertainment thing they just are super. They just let themselves go, like a regular 30-year-old. Like a regular 30-year-old, and then a 30-year-old that like, or I would not 30, like 40-year-old, like a 40-year-old and a 40-year-old that's on TV. It's like, oh, you're 2 totally different species right now. It feels like, you know?
Yeah, because there's not every freaking normal person on the streets getting on TV. So they only get a select
But
slice
just even people that like
society
are
looks.
extras, or even people that are trying to be, you know what I mean? They're all like somewhat, because they're like conscious of it, I think. But
That's
then
part of it.
when you're 9 to 5, and bro, you're just like, fuck, I'm tired. I just want to eat something and go to bed. Like, you don't even.
It's not a like anything in your mind or anything like
Yeah.
that. You're not even thinking about it.
So you're just putting it on.
Not even conscious of it. Shit, bro. Dude, I struggle with my weight. I go up and down with my shit, bro.
Oh yeah, mostly up. Me, I mean,
Oh,
not you, but yeah, I also as well.
Oh man, I eat a lot. That's my thing, dude. Like before you got here, I just fucking killed so many chicken wings.
I knew it. You look like you had just ate.
Yeah, I just
You
ate.
just
so
have. I
many.
just ate face every time. I just ate head ass.
I just ate it. Trying to go eat somewhere? Like I'm good actually.
Nah, you the type that I haven't ate all day. Like if you hadn't came clean right now, if I after the podcast I was like, let's go get food, you'd be like, yeah, I haven't ate. Like you would have said that to me.
No, I would just been up front. I would have been like, yeah, I ate earlier, but I'm down again. Like,
yeah,
I'm
still
like,
not gonna stop.
Socially, yeah, I'm just still not gonna stop that shit, bro. My grandma told me it's just like, just gotta food on the table. You just gotta.
I don't. I eat once a day, but I just eat a lot.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like.
I'll
Do you know what? Not even a lot. Just bad shit.
I eat like twice, sometimes 3 times a day. Most of the time, twice. I usually won't eat like something for breakfast.
If I had prepared salads or prepared chicken and rice ready to go every day, like I'd be thin, but like I'm like I want it now, so let me get a McDouble. Let me get 6 McDoubles.
Is that your
I love McDoubles.
Achilles heel?
I love McDoubles, dude. I don't know if you know this, but Moncayo knows what I'm talking about. A couple other comics, like sometimes I pull up to the function with a couple pocket bergs.
Oh my god, yeah,
Like,
I've seen this
you know what I'm
happen.
talking about? Yeah.
I've seen this happen. I've seen this move where it's
And
like
y'all motherfuckers
this
are
fool
always like,
pulls it out of his coat like he's like
Yeah.
a detective or something.
and
like
you
that.
guys are always like, who the fuck?
Yes,
And they're on the
also-
table, but then y'all get lit, and it's like, hey, where's that McDouble at? You know, it's the same thing when we went to Arizona. We went shopping at a grocery store, and I bought sushi from a grocery store, and they're all like, oh, disgusting. And then we fucking went to go to our show. We were bar hopping, and we got back from the thing, and everybody was lit, and we were like, it's about drive, it's about power, or whatever the fuck. We were just vibing to the rock song, and then I pulled out the sushi, and everyone's like, ah! Everyone started flipping out, and the sushi smacked. Like everybody was into it, so you know what I mean.
Sushi in Arizona desert heat.
Dude, you know what I remember the other time because I was a blackout gang.
Blackout gang. We're
What's
coming up on the 1 year anniversary.
But last I remember, and then we went. I was fucked up, and we went to a diner and we ate all this food, and I was all messy.
No, we went to Waffle House. Is where we went to.
But then we ate all this food, and then they were like, "It's $12."
Yeah,
and
that's
we were
a Waffle
like,
House. Dog.
What the fuck? I was losing my mind. I had never been there a day in my life, and I was so drunk, and I couldn't handle it. I was like, how?
It blew your mind. It was hilarious to see.
Because I had so much food.
It didn't make sense, right?
Yeah, I was like, what? And I was fucked up. We were at this.
We're doing LA food math.
We were at this dude's house. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was super courteous. We were out there, and his lady was like, "Yo, I want some weed," and I had a ton of weed on me, so I gave her weed. And then he goes like, "Oh, I appreciate you." So I'm smoking a blunt, and then he comes back and he brings back mushrooms and ecstasy. And it's like, oh, hell yeah. You know, so now it's like, by the time I was at the Waffle House, I'm like fucking super spun out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is this $12?
I was only like drunk and high off of weed and shit.
I was fucking super faded, dude. It was a good time because I wasn't driving and shit, you know?
Yeah, no, that was a fun trip.
Yeah.
That was a hilarious meal because I just scarfed that shit, I remember. The next day, though, oh my God. I felt it.
Oh yeah, we were all definitely disgusted.
Ate like 3 plates worth of food. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was I had a bowl of chili, and then I had biscuits and gravy plus a whole other like thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening?
With some side of toast and shit. You're like, what the? There was like a big old thing of hash browns too. I remember. I fucking went ham on the ketchup,
and everyone was just.
Yeah, we didn't like say a word, bro. We were like not saying anything for like the minute.
I just remember like right after then, like we went to the bathroom and then we were pissing. We were just cracking up, like, what the fuck? What just happened?
Like it didn't make sense.
Yeah, it was good, and we were at when we were bar hopping. There was this. I'm not gonna say what comic. They can come out and say it's them if they want. But we were bar hopping, and then they kept like immediately. We were trying to pick up girls, but they would immediately go for like the ugliest girl. Right, and then
they can say who they are,
and then we were like, "Come on, bro, you're not even like getting rejected, and then going for them." And he was like, "Lion mentality, bro.
Oh
it's
yeah,
lying. You go for the weakest one. Like it's like, hey man, hey bro, that's predatory. It was so funny.
That's predatory by definition."
He literally said it's like lion mentality. I'm like, oh my God, it was so funny though.
God.
But you know what? The kid fucks. The kid fucks.
This is facts. Oh my God, that was hilarious. That was a hilarious trip. God damn it, blackout gang.
Gang. You know what it is. One of us has a kid now.
Oh, this is true. This is
crazy,
true.
Huh?
Yeah. I hit said individual up recently, and I have not heard back.
Oh yeah, dad mode.
Hope all is well. No hate. I get it. Oh man, goodness gracious. So you got any plans for traveling coming up?
Yeah, I want to do like the Midwest type of stuff. Definitely more road stuff. Do more feature on the road for different headliners. That's kind of the plan.
Hell yeah.
Like how I see it is here in the city. I have almost like a Rolodex of like comedians or producers that I could hit up to get on shows. So if I can get like a little Rolodex going of headliners, I can travel around with and feature, then that's that would be ideal. But kind of doing the math too, and I'm like, I can fucking do this. I can live off, maybe next year I can be on the road. If I could be on the road like 8 months out of the year, I'm chill.
Trying to get that road dog.
Oh yeah,
mentality.
Or just I want to do like at least a year of featuring on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be fucking strong. And then
is that gonna be your main? Is that gonna be a main goal for next year?
Yeah.
Yeah. The 2020.
Go on the road and develop another half an hour.
Yeah.
So then I can come back and have an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I can close out every show in the city.
Bro, that's what's up.
That's what I've been doing now. Is like I go on the road and I feature for a half hour, and then I come back and I'll close these shows out for half an hour.
Do you do like the same material, or do you have particular material for when you go on the road?
Well, I have a half hour, so that's all I
Which
have.
is it?
I have like that half hour that I'm working on. I have other jokes and stuff that are like that I'll throw in and out and stuff, but it's definitely I have a thing that I'm talking about. It's I kind of talk about like growing up, and then I kind of talk about like you know, crazy stuff like drugs and sex and stuff like that, and hookup culture, dating, kids a little bit, and then you know that's pretty, and then kind of wrap it up with like, hey, yo, don't take anything too seriously. These are jokes. Boom, close it out.
Fuck yeah,
You
fuck
know,
yeah.
that's kind of what I'm doing. So, what I want is that, but an hour. You know, like all this touch all these subjects
Yeah,
that are iffy, but make people laugh about them, and then remind them that it's comedy and that's I'm doing this and just to try to make them laugh.
fuck yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I want to do like a Southwest run. I think I was talking about this before. Love to go back to Arizona. Got some homies in New Mexico, and I got a cousin that lives in Austin now in
Hell
Texas,
yeah.
so I'll go pay her a visit and then go see what's up out there too.
Oh, that would be awesome, Texas.
Yeah,
New York, Texas. Um, yeah, those are definitely spots I want to hit up. I know I kind of know some people out in both spots,
fuck yeah.
so those are definitely.
Oh yeah, it's like New Orleans, Louisiana. They got a club out there now apparently.
Oh
That
yeah,
just opened up.
I know homie who is from Louisiana. He's out here. Shout out Habibi. You know who you with?
Habibi, what up, Habibi? Oh shit, man. Well, I don't know if I'd asked this earlier. What was the first inspiration to like get started into doing the stand up shit?
I
Because
would
it's
listen
different
to a
for
lot of.
people.
I would always, because I was a latchkey kid, so I would be home by myself a lot,
Mm.
and I would watch a lot of Comedy Central, so like half hours. So I was really into the East Coast guys, you know. So that's kind of the stuff I would watch, like Patrice, you know, Greg Girardo, all that shit, and then that was always in the back of my mind. And then later, when I was out of high school, I started listening to podcasts, comedians that I knew, and it always seemed impossible. Like it always felt like you kind of had to be famous to get on TV,
Yeah.
or and shit like that. But then I realized that there was a whole side of stand-up comedy that is behind the cameras.
Mm.
So there's a whole world that's bigger than TV, and
Yeah.
then it can all just happen by you signing up, you know. And then by signing up for an open mic, and I was like, oh shit. And I always kind of contemplated it, and I had this girlfriend. I would tell her like, boom, and she would be like, "Yeah, you'd be funny and shit like that." But
Uh
then I
huh.
remember we broke up, and it was like this crazy like
It was like
fight.
a fuck you kind of thing.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
which looking back, it was completely all my fault, you know. But then I fucking when I was like, well, fuck it, like, and let me try stand up, you know. And then I went, and then I fucking the first day that I tried it, it was good. Then I went back and bombed. And I bombed for like 6 months, and then I just kept going back, and it was the worst thing ever, you know. Like, and then I was just obsessed with like, dude, if I could just not bomb one.
Yeah.
And I started not bombing, and then I started having decent sets, and then good sets,
Mm.
and then I was like, damn, this is good. But I was just writing jokes about anything,
Right.
just
Right.
anything. And there were non sequiturs, just fucking random ass jokes, and then at one point, like 2 years in, I was like, this is not even me. Like, so I scrapped it and I kind of started talking about myself and getting more personal and deeper into it. And
I kind of went the opposite route a bit.
yeah,
When I first started, like everything I did initially was just all about what I did and growing up and where I'm from or whatever, what like my experience was coming through my lens.
hmm
And then as a pandemic hit, I got like bored of doing that shit, and so I started just writing a bunch of topical stuff about whatever was crazy shit was happening in the world that day. And so I started working that muscle, and so I'd like I don't know, that shit is just always like anytime like I'll read news articles and I'll just have like a thought and I'll just write it out and I'll go up on stage and I'll try it out for a week, and if it got legs past that week, then I might keep working on it.
yeah.
Sometimes I'll work it out into my bits and stuff, into like part of my stand up sets and shit.
I just
So
started thinking about
you
it
know
more in that sense where it's like, man, I want to be a headliner, so I'm going to need an hour of this shit. And then I was like, damn, I'm going to do non sequiturs for an hour.
that would be tough though.
You know, so
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
let me.
I find a way to like fit them into like the flow of
I
like my
also,
other material.
yeah,
You know what I
like
mean?
segues and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah,
segueing them in, but then
yeah.
it still felt like, man, they don't even know me after I tell these jokes. They're just jokes. So I was like, I want them to know me because because obviously I'm narcissistic, and there's that part of me where like I hope that I become huge and a household name and fucking amazing at stand up or like a legend at this shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm aiming for, you know. So
Coming with that fire, they got the fire truck around
Yeah.
the corner.
so that's what I'm aiming for. So I'm like, if I ever do a fire set or something like that, and I get recognition or someone fucking notices, I'm like, I want them to know kind of who I am, you know.
Hell
So I
yeah.
started talking about myself, and then in that sense where I was like, I want to be a headliner, I want to have an hour, so I have like a thing, like a point I want to get across.
Damn. Okay.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I don't know if we got any follow-ups to that, man. Oh man, I just gotta say, it's been a fun podcast, bro.
This
We've had
definitely
we've had a
has.
fun one. Anything else you want to plug? American Illegals? Anything else?
Yeah, you guys can look up the episodes of American Illegals. You guys can look me up. That's on YouTube, American Illegals podcast.
Check it
You
out.
guys look me up, please, on Instagram, Ernesto Ledezma.comedy on Instagram or YouTube. And then I have a show coming up in Palmdale. That's gonna be
Hey.
next weekend. Let me get the info.
Palmdale.
Let me get the info for you
Come
guys. I know I
back
have it.
to me.
Yeah, keep that going.
Need you when I love you, baby.
All right, Friday, August 26th at the Transplant Brewing Company. Gordo Mamon comes to Palmdale live
go.
with yours truly, Ernesto Ledezma. I'm going to be bringing my homegirl Angela Corsa with me, the Smilf. So we got
Ah,
some Latin heat coming at us with also El Panchito. For more info, dial 661-860-3004 or text that number. That's 661-860-3004. Keep your motherfucking eyes on your catalytic converters. We're going to be out there in Palmdale.
Damn, son. That's the jug nowadays. Everybody's stealing them converters. Oh my God, be careful. Keep your head on the swivel out there. Yeah, go check out Ernesto. Give him a follow. What is it? What's the Instagram again?
Ernesto Ledezma.comedy, Ledezma with a Z.
Boom, there it is. You can give me a follow at Puro Caballero, PuroCaballero, for all you gringos. You know the vibes.
You know the fucking vibes.
This is the Puro Caballero Show. This is episode 115. Today is August the 17th. This will be out very soon, very soon, very soon. And yeah, give us a follow everywhere. This is on Twitch right now. Give us a love on YouTube. Give us a subscribe. Give us views there.
Ernesto Ledezma comedy on YouTube.
Give him a follow
I
as
got
well.
videos up there, some stuff that's not on anywhere else. You can get full sets there.
Hey.
Improv sets. I got a yacht show on there. Whatever, I'll be out here.
Got some film. There you go. If you want to laugh, give him a follow on there as well. Yeah, give us a follow everywhere. You can listen on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere. Everywhere you get podcasts, baby. Give us some love, and we'll see you next time. Later.
Yeah, boy.